Idiocracy imagines a future where society has devolved into widespread ignorance and anti-intellectualism. The story follows Joe Bauers, an average military librarian who was selected for a hibernation experiment. Due to an oversight, he wakes up 500 years in the future to find that humanity has become significantly less intelligent and more driven by superficial values. The film uses this exaggerated future to critique current social, political, and cultural trends. In the first 30 seconds of Idiocracy, the film opens with a brief overview of a military experiment. We see Joe Bauers, a typical and average military librarian, being selected for a cryogenic hibernation project. The scene quickly establishes Joe as an unremarkable individual, chosen for the experiment due to his mediocrity. The presentation of the experiment as a low-priority, almost trivial project sets up the film's central premise: Joe's journey into a future where intellectual and societal decline has become the norm. The opening sets the stage for the satire by highlighting the contrast between Joe's ordinariness and the exaggerated future world he will encounter. 10 key elements of the movie. 1. Cryogenic sleep as a plot device. The cryogenic sleep setup allows the film to jump forward in time and explore the consequences of long-term societal trends. It functions as a narrative tool to contrast Joe's 21st-century intelligence with the future's extreme ignorance. This time leap underscores the concept that neglecting intellectual and cultural development can lead to dramatic and negative changes. 2. Degradation of intelligence. The central premise is that over time, society's average intelligence has declined. This is portrayed through the film's depiction of a future where people are less informed, less educated, and more easily influenced by commercialism. This concept serves as a satirical commentary on contemporary trends in education, media, and politics, suggesting that a lack of emphasis on critical thinking and intellectual development can have dire consequences. 3. Absurd future society. Upon waking up in the future, Joe is bewildered by the absurdity around him. This scene uses humor to critique contemporary issues like the overemphasis on entertainment, corporate control, and the degradation of language and education. The exaggerated future society serves as a mirror, reflecting the possible consequences of current societal trends. Joe's interactions with future people illustrate the extent of societal decline. His confusion and frustration highlight the chasm between his intelligence and the ignorance surrounding him. This scene critiques the devaluation of knowledge and critical thinking, emphasizing how such a decline could lead to societal dysfunction. 4. First impressions. Joe's interactions with future people illustrate the extent of societal decline. His confusion and frustration highlight the chasm between his intelligence and the ignorance surrounding him. This scene critiques the devaluation of knowledge and critical thinking, emphasizing how such a decline could lead to societal dysfunction. The future society in Idiocracy is marked by absurdities, such as the use of an energy drink, Brondo, to irrigate crops and a president who was a former wrestler and actor. These exaggerations critique the potential pitfalls of consumerism, corporate influence, and the rise of celebrity culture. The absurdities highlight how a focus on entertainment and commercial interests over practical and intellectual matters can lead to societal dysfunction. 5. Joe Bauers as the Everyman. Joe is depicted as an average person with average intelligence who becomes the smartest person in a future where intelligence has severely declined. His experiences illustrate the contrast between rationality and ignorance, emphasizing how even a modest level of intelligence can stand out in a culture that has devalued it. Joe's character serves as a vehicle for the audience to explore and critique the future society's flaws. 6. Satirical social critique. The premise allows for a satirical critique of contemporary issues, including anti-intellectualism, the devaluation of education, and the influence of commercialism. By presenting these issues in an exaggerated future setting, the film emphasizes the potential long-term effects of current societal trends. The satire is both a warning and a reflection on how modern behaviors and attitudes could shape the future. 7. Contradictions and Ironies. The film employs contradictions and ironies to enhance its satire. For example, the society's reliance on commercial products and superficial entertainment is shown to have dire practical consequences, like crop failures. The irony lies in the fact that the very things people are obsessed with are causing their own downfall. This highlights the disconnect between consumer desires and practical needs. 8. Joe's arrest. Joe's arrest underscores the bureaucratic and absurd nature of the future world. His unique intelligence causes chaos among the authorities, emphasizing how rare and undervalued intellect has become. The scene also introduces the theme of how societal structures fail to accommodate individuals who are different or who challenge the status quo. 9. Meeting Frito. Frito Ponto represents the average citizen of the future, a product of the society's decline. His character provides comic relief but also serves as a vehicle for Joe to navigate and critique the future world. Frito's lack of ambition and comprehension contrasts sharply with Joe's logical thinking, further highlighting the intellectual degradation of society. 10. Becoming famous. Joe's rise to fame illustrates the ironic nature of his situation. In a world where intelligence is rare, he becomes a celebrity. This scene critiques the celebrity culture and media's obsession with superficial qualities rather than meaningful contributions. Joe's newfound fame underscores the absurdity of a society that values entertainment over intellect. The president's request for Joe's help with the agricultural crisis highlights the failure of leadership and decision-making in the future world. The president's character satirizes the role of charismatic but inept leaders who are more concerned with image and popularity than effective governance. Joe's expertise is contrasted with the president's incompetence, emphasizing the lack of effective problem-solving in this society. The solution. Joe's discovery that Brondo is ruining the crops is a critical moment that underscores the film's critique of consumerism and corporate influence. The absurdity of using an energy drink for irrigation satirizes the dangers of prioritizing commercial interests over practical needs. Joe's efforts to switch back to water represent a return to basic, rational solutions that are ignored by a society driven by profit. Resolution. As Joe's efforts begin to show results, the scene suggests that change is possible even in a deeply flawed system. It highlights the potential for improvement when rational thinking and problem-solving are applied. The resolution also reflects the theme that individual actions can have significant impacts, even in a society that appears irredeemable. Epilogue. The epilogue provides a glimpse into Joe's new life, suggesting that his influence might lead to positive changes in the future. It serves as a hopeful note, implying that even small actions can contribute to societal progress. The final scenes reinforce the film's message about the importance of intelligence and critical thinking in shaping a better future. In conclusion, the premise of Idiocracy leverages a futuristic setting to critique contemporary societal trends, using satire to explore themes of intellectual decline, the impact of consumerism, and the consequences of neglecting education and critical thinking. By presenting an exaggerated vision of the future, the film encourages viewers to reflect on current behaviors and attitudes, serving as both a cautionary tale and a humorous commentary on the potential consequences of societal choices. Joe Bauers is an average man chosen for an experiment that goes awry. This introduces the concept of societal neglect and a lack of foresight, suggesting that the experiment's failure symbolizes humanity's potential for self-destruction. The use of Joe as an everyman figure highlights the film's theme that even an ordinary person can stand out in a future where intelligence has severely declined. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.